Hello and welcome to Prenatal Yoga with Nikki. Today we are going to do a 20-minute goddess flow, and you'll see what I mean by that once we get started because we're going to be using the goddess pose. So today make sure to have with you a bolster or pillows. Pillows work as well, and some blocks. I have all that, and of course your wonderful mat. And let's go ahead and get started. So we're actually going to start in a semi-reclined position so you can get your pillows or bolster. We're going to start with some breath work, a little meditation. So grabbing your bolster or pillow, let's prop that up nicely there so you're kind of semi-reclined. And you're going to place your back up against that, get nice and comfy. Whatever feels good as far as your legs go. You can sit in a comfortable cross-legged position, or if you want to bring your legs out like this away from your body, especially if you're a lot farther along and you want to just make room for baby to kind of hang out there. Again, whatever feels comfortable for you. So sitting in your comfortable reclined position, go ahead and close your eyes. Start to turn your awareness inward. Place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Really tune in to that connection with your body and your breath. As you inhale, feel your belly rise. And as you exhale, feel your belly fall. Keep focusing on that upward movement of your belly as you breathe in. And that downward as you breathe out. Now start to take deeper inhales and exhales, really filling your body up. So as you breathe in, feeling your body expand outward more, filling with all that wonderful breath. And as you exhale, feeling your body deflate a little, letting out all the hot air from your body. And again, deep inhale in, feel the coolness enter your body. And as you exhale, feeling all the heat leave your body. Breath work is so important, not only during your pregnancy, but as you go through your labor and delivery. It's important to have deep inhales and exhales, especially when you are right in the moment and you're going through your contractions. You want to make sure to keep those inhales and exhales deep. We want to send as much oxygen throughout our body as we are going through labor and delivery. And that also helps not only you during your contractions, but it helps baby as well. It helps your baby to stay calm, because if you are calm, your baby is naturally going to be more calm during your pregnancy and during labor and delivery. So make sure to keep your breath really long, deep inhales and exhales. While you're focusing on your breath, I want you to tune in to your body and focus on different body parts and sending them love. So let's start with where there's a lot of action taking place right now, let's focus on our second chakra. So our second chakra is, the color that we're going to focus on is orange. And the second chakra is where our sexual organs are. So, where your baby is, right there in your uterus. It's also tied to creativity. So, of course, you are creating a baby, but during other times when you don't have a baby in there, you can focus on this chakra for your creativity. So if you're ever feeling stuck, you can start to focus on orange. So start to think about this color orange, whatever color orange looks like to you. It can be like a lighter, more yellow, orangish, or it can be really deep, closer to red, orange, whatever resonates with you. Imagine that starting right below your belly button, and then moving outward to encompass all of your body. So as you think of orange, let's send some gratitude toward this part of our body, toward our sexual organs, toward everything that makes us feminine. Let's give everything that we have some love. So our uterus, ovaries, our vulva, our vaginas, our breast. We want to send everything that speaks to our femininity, including our mind. So think about your mind in this as well. And really send gratitude, because this is what is making us mothers. This right now, us carrying our baby and everything that we can provide for our baby now as you are pregnant, and once you have your baby, if you choose to breastfeed, this is what is nourishing us and our baby. So give all those areas thanks. We'll start there. Then expanding out from there, let's think of the rest of our body and how wonderful it is. Our legs, our feet, for carrying us through this world. Our arms and hands for allowing us to hold and grasp and create. Our back, our spine for holding our body together. Our face, our mouth, our eyes, our nose, all of our senses. It's really important to give thanks to your body every single day. And really sit with that gratitude, and don't just go through the motions of saying the words, but think about specific things that you're thankful for within your body. Now slowly begin to flutter your eyes open. Let's move forward a little bit so that we can move this bolster away. We're going to get into some dynamic movements here. So let's start first with our child's pose. Moving your bolster here so it's at a place, or your pillow, where you can place your head. Child's pose is a pose you can come to at any point during your practice. It's a nice relaxation pose. Your hands will be on either side of the bolster. Big toes come together. Knees all the way out. And then you're just gonna drop your hips back toward your feet, your heels. Bring your head down to relax on the bolster. This should feel nice and relaxing. So while we're here in child's pose, start to focus on your ujjayi breath. Really open up your throat, let your tongue drop away from the roof of your mouth. And this should sound like the sea, or like you're listening to a seashell. And you're going to keep this type of breath throughout the rest of the practice. Now coming on to our hands and knees. We're going to move our bolster away. And we're going to do some cat-cow. This is perfect throughout your pregnancy, but especially toward the end, so you can help get baby in proper position. As you inhale, we're going to arch our back and look toward our navel. And as you exhale, you're going to drop your belly and broaden your chest forward like this. So inhale, round your spine. And then exhale, broaden your chest forward. Let's do this again. Inhale, round your spine, look toward your navel. And exhale, look forward, broaden that chest forward. We're going to do this 2 more times on your own breath. Come to a neutral spine. Curl your toes under and press your hips all the way up into downward facing dog. Let's get our legs nice and loose here. Start to pedal your feet. So just bending one knee and then the other. You should feel a nice stretch down the back of your leg as you work on bringing your heel all the way down to the mat. Make sure your head and neck are nice and relaxed here. Now let's bring both heels down as close to the mat as you can get them. Look forward to your hands, and you're going to walk your feet forward to your hands. So you can start as many steps, or you can take one big step forward. Depending on where you're at in your pregnancy, you may want to bring your feet wide so they are on the edges of the mat. And whatever feels comfortable for you here. If you need a block to place under your hands, you can give a little bend in the knee. Or if it feels better to not have such a bend, so you can feel more of a stretch down the backs of your leg. Let's relax our head and neck. Shake out your head. Let's nod yes. Shake no. And then we're going to slowly roll all the way up to standing. And end up in Tadasana, mountain pose. So here, go ahead and bring your feet together if they're not already, or at least hip width apart, facing toward the front of your mat. Take a big inhale here, and we are going to step our left foot back so that we are in warrior one position. You want a nice, generous bend in that front leg. That back foot should be at a 45-degree angle. Bring your hands up to heart center. And we're going to open up into warrior two position now. So we're going to square those hips so they're at the side of the mat. Bring those arms out to the side. Let's make sure that you can still see your big toe. So look over there, see if you can see your big toe. That just ensures that your knee is not trending toward the side of your mat and it's actually over your foot. From here, we're going to do just a little bit of movement here. We're going to go back into, we're going to go forward into our extended side angle. So breathe in, drop that elbow down, bring the arm overhead. And exhale and settle in here. If this feels good and you want to open it up a little bit, you can take your arm off your knee. Bring your arms so they are pointing downward and then all the way up into the sky. Come back up into that warrior two position. Now bring both toes so they're facing out, both legs bent. And we're in our goddess pose. So here, if you want to settle in, kind of rock back and forth from side to side. Really feeling that stretch on the inner part of your legs. If you want to keep your hands on your hips, or you want to bring them up into a mudra, hands into mudra, so your forefinger and your thumb together. If you want to just sit here, you're fine doing that too. I like rocking. It just kind of helps move any sort of energy in the body. So now we're going to go into warrior two on the other side, going toward the back of our mat. So now let's straighten that right leg. Generously bend that left leg. Arms out into warrior two. Inhale, come into your extended side angle. And again, if you want to open this up. Keep breathing. Make sure you don't lose your breath here. Equal in-breaths and out-breaths. Come back up into your warrior two position. Now let's square our hips forward toward that left foot. If you want to step in a little bit more, you can do that. Hands into prayer, so you're facing the back of the mat. Hips squared toward the back of the mat. And we're going to step toward the back of the mat. So slowly, let's bring that back foot in. And then let's make a big step. So now we're at the back of the mat. Hands still in prayer in front of the heart. Close your eyes here. Turn that attention inward. Reconnect with that breath. Place your hands on your belly. Send that energy that you're producing to baby. When I was pregnant, my baby moved around a lot when I did yoga, and I always loved it. It was so much fun feeling her move around. Flutter your eyes open. Bring your hands into prayer again. And we're going to move our way backwards. So now, stepping that right foot back. So you are in your warrior one position, facing the back of your mat. Making sure your hips are square. And this time we're going to do reverse warrior. So open your hips up to the side of your mat, extending your arms out into your warrior two position. Again, take a look down, make sure you see your big toe. Now on your next inhale, let's drop that back arm down, bring that front arm up, gaze up into that hand. Come back into your warrior two position. Bring your other toes so they are facing out. Both knees bent, so we're back in our goddess pose. Now we're going to do something a little bit different here. So bring your heels in a little bit closer. Options here. So if you feel comfortable, bring your hands into prayer. Settle in and close your eyes. If you'd like, try coming up on to the ball of your foot on either side. So kind of just coming up onto your tiptoes, alternating. How does that feel in your body? Does it feel different on your legs? Maybe on the inner part of your legs? Keep breathing here. I wanted to do something a little bit more dynamic that helps allow you to kind of focus on what's going on within your body. Because if there's ever a time when you are really focused on what's going on, it's when you go through your labor. Settle in again, drop your heels down, open your eyes, bring those arms back out. We're turning back toward the front of the mat here. So bending that right knee generously, straightening that back leg in our warrior two position. Big inhale, drop your left hand down. Bring your right arm up into the air. Gaze into that right hand. Come back into your warrior two position. Square your hips toward the front of the mat, bringing your hands into prayer. And again, you can walk that back foot in. And now, slowly come to Tadasana at the front of your mat. You can gently walk that foot in, or if you feel comfortable, just step it up. Drop your hands to the side. We're gonna make our way back down. Give me a big inhale. Bring your arms all the way up into the air. And exhale and swan dive down. Separate those legs mat distance. I should say feet mat distance. Step back onto your hands and knees. Open your knees up wide, toes together. Come back into your child's pose. Move yourself a little bit from side to side, just loosening those hips up. Come back onto your hands and knees, and we're going to end in our Shavasana just like how we started. If you'd like an additional pillow, so you can lay a little bit further back, go ahead and get that additional pillow. You want to be nice and comfortable here. So I'm going to sit cross-legged, but I want you to sit however feels comfortable to you. Place that bolster or pillow so it's right there against your tailbone. And then just lay back on it. Really sink in. Close your eyes. Drop your hands to your side. Or if you want, you're welcome to place them on your belly. Again, listen to your breath. Turn that attention inward. Thank your body for showing up to practice, because hey, your brain had something to do with it, right? Thank your body for allowing you to flow through the practice. Feel the coolness of that air as it enters in through your nostrils. And the heat that leaves your body as you exhale. Keep focusing on that breath. You're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. If you have the luxury of staying an additional 5 minutes or 10 or 15, please do. If you're ready to carry on with your day, join me in a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to heart center. Give me a big inhale and bring your hands all the way up into the air. And as you exhale, drop your hands down toward your heart, passing your mind, passing your mouth, and then bringing it in close to your heart. Thank you so much for joining me today for your practice and mine, which ended up being almost 30 minutes in length. I'm so glad you were able to join me. I wish you all the best going forward in your pregnancy, in motherhood, in life. The light within me recognizes and honors the light within you. Namaste.